Good morning, everyone. Today we have Ms. Anubha Gandhi, who is the Faculty of Economics Department at KK Modi University. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning to everybody.
My first question to you is that being the faculty of KK Modi University, what are your roles and responsibilities towards the students there?
Being a faculty of KK Modi or any other institute for that matter, my basic objective is to deliver the right information, imparting knowledge in such a way that it is simple and easy to understand to the students. Avoiding using of big jargons, because that, as my experience says, using of very big jargons or something that terminologies that are very difficult to understand, then students try to be a little less, friendly with the subject. So making the education system, the way of imparting education very simple and straightforward. Additionally, making students understand the purpose of learning and setting objectives. Because when the task is goal-oriented, it makes it easy to put in all the efforts in one direction. It's that we focus on building up the all-round personality of the students. For this, we encourage more student participation in the workshops, taking live presentations, going into classroom itself, which will help make students more confident. They'll be able to understand how to handle the audience and to develop public speaking skills in them, which is very vital once you enter in the corporate industry. Besides that, we assign them group projects. Besides that, we assign them group projects so as to develop the team building spirit in them. This again helps them in learning better coordination with one another. They learn to respect each other's opinions, and also they will know how to work as a team in order to achieve the goals, as is actually done in the corporates. In the corporates also, everybody is trying to accomplish their targets and their objectives, but behind everything, the whole purpose is to attain the corporate goals and objectives. So this is what, as a faculty, I believe that my roles and responsibilities stands for my students.
Right, rightly said. And you rightly said, pointed out about the jargon that I use. And in economics, there are a lot of jargon, which at times is difficult to understand. And if the teacher explains them in the layman's language and try to give them examples, and it is much easier to get through those jargons.
Exactly. So simplifying things makes it easier to understand, makes the subject more friendly to the students, and they are able to relate it to their real life situations.
Exactly. So my next question was, when you first came to the college, what was your vision and how you're trying to achieve that vision of yours?
My vision as an individual, as a faculty, is always to contribute in making the students industry by it is not only but also my experiences, observations with them. See, knowledge can be gained from any book, any textbook. Okay. Is when I share my experiences and observations that I have dealt with. Sometimes corporate exposure, work in the insurance sector, I have a long experience, which helps me to collaborate my knowledge from both the fields. And my understanding of the same tells me that it is very crucial to be able to know the practical application of the learnings that have been achieved. Because there are several challenges that we face in our day-to-day lives, in the industry as well. So my dream, my vision is to create well-groomed personalities who who are industry ready and who can sustain in the corporate world in the longer run.
Rightly said, ma'am. So my next question was, how do how do you try to bring in a practical approach towards subjects and make them industry oriented?
Okay, see, practical approach is very important in any field. Theoretical knowledge will never suffice. And in my opinion, knowledge from professional courses without practicality is not much relevance. We adopt a vocational approach in our teaching methodology, and research says that every professional course teaching consists of three things. One is knowing, doing, and being. And we practice all of it. We practice the learnings and skills through within the classroom itself through simulations, role plays, case study analysis and discussions, and various real life situations. So while sitting in the class, while learning the topics, they can relate it to the practical world. They can understand the applicability and the usage of what they are learning and why they are learning it. So this way, they are better positioned and well prepared for the corporate challenges. And ultimately, our goal is to make them employable and at the same time, industry ready.
Right, ma'am. Exactly. So, with so many years of teaching experience you have and all the experience you are carrying, what is your best advice you can give it to the upcoming generations?
I have followed a golden rule to be able to sustain in the industry, be it the corporate sector, be it the education sector, be it any field that you're in. The golden rule is that you keep yourself updated, keep learning, and stay relevant. Because everything is changing at the speed of light. And it is in this VUCA environment, which is highly volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, it is very important that we become flexible enough to adapt ourselves in this ever-changing scenario. Because change is the only constant. Everything else is same, but change is the only constant that we have. So as I said, that illiterates of the 21st century are those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Illiterates are not actually who cannot read and write, but people who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So there's a continuous cycle which we need to follow, where we have to learn new things, and then when the right time comes, we have to give them up, and then we have to acquire new skills and new talents and new materials in order to improvise and improving our knowledge, our talents, in order to sustain, in order to provide better outcomes in whichever way possible. Whether we are into a production house, whether we are working as a teacher, whether we are working as a self-professional, whether we are a businessman, whatever career you pursue ahead, but it is very important to keep updated and also to keep on learning and at the same time unlearning what is irrelevant, what is redundant, and relearn the new skills. The shelf life of any skill may not stay for long, but your right attitude, your positive attitude towards change will always help. That's the key.
Yes, ma'am. Right. So my next question is, how do you tend to establish a healthy relationship and environment in your institute, be it with the students or the faculty or the staff members?
A healthy relationship. Okay. See, the foundation of every relationship, for that matter, is number one, the acceptance of each other and adaptability towards change. Now, if you have all these 4 things, I think you can have and maintain a healthy relationship. And similarly, in our institute, I follow the principles of respecting disagreements, because there are times when we all do not agree at the same point, maybe with my students, with my colleagues, with my seniors. So respecting those disagreements, empathizing with your friends and people around you, communicating openly and honestly. There should be complete transparency in whatever you do and say. Nothing should be ambiguous, nothing should be unclear. And establishing proper communication and coordination among your peer groups, your mentors, your juniors, or whoever you are dealing with. So if we inculcate this kind of a habit in us, I think it will not be a problem in establishing a harmonious relationship in the organization as a whole.
Right, exactly. So my next question was, what are some of the biggest challenges you see both for the economics education in India or for KK Modi University specifically?
Okay. KK Modi University is doing a wonderful job. They have a very industry specific and a very, very relevant curriculum. But at the same time, what we need is the students' willingness and enthusiasm to pursue such courses. That is very important, rather than family pressure or peer pressure, because there are instances where students pick up a course not because they have an inclination, but because of the peer pressure. Maybe their friends have taken up such courses, or there is a family pressure on them. So that should not be done. There should be complete insight from the student side to take up such a course and pursue their careers ahead. Another problem that we are facing, or in general, the institutes are facing these days in the current times, is due to this ongoing pandemic. And because of this, since we are barred from going out of our homes, students are missing the first-hand experience of going into the fields, doing sales and marketing, having direct exposure in the production lines, seeing how actually manufacturing takes place. Because working as an apprentice under different HODs or different managers would give them new insights into the various fields that they are in. So I really hope that this pandemic goes away soon and life comes back to its normal, and people can, have that real-time exposure, which is very important for them, because these are the formating years of their careers, of their jobs that they are going to take up. So it is very important to have that first-hand exposure and experience. So let's hope that this thing goes away soon and things are back to normal, and we can achieve the targets, we can achieve the objectives that we have aimed for, that we want our students to really get what we have a vision for them as.
Yes, ma'am. So my second last question was, how do you help your students to cope up with the competition, be it in the placements when they pass out from KK Modi University? Because in the outside, but the competition is very high. So how do you help them?
A decent amount of a healthy competition is always good. Why? Because it raises your own benchmarks and it improves your own performances. So we equip our students with those requisite skills and knowledge. Here at KK Modi University, the course curriculum itself is very rigorous. There are well-defined goals with stringent time deadlines to be met for every assignment and project work, which helps them to prepare actually for the competition and the challenges that they are going to face in the corporates outside. Because the situation is tough, the real life corporate field is difficult, but if you are well prepared, if you are mentally tough, if you are knowledgeable, if you have that preparedness in you that yes, I can do it, and you are prepared that you have to meet your deadline, the set deadlines in that limited time frame, I think practice can make everybody perfect. So if you are practicing well, if you know how to achieve your targets in the set timelines, then I don't think it will be a problem when you face the real world. And you can beat any amount of competition that is there.
Right, exactly. So my last question is, what valuable lesson would you like to the students for them to have a prosperous career ahead?
I personally follow the 3 P's in life. That is persistence, perseverance, and a positive attitude. So now with these 3 P's together and with the focused approach, I think anyone can achieve whatever they aim for and succeed in all sorts of challenging circumstances. Because focus was the only differentiator. And apart from all these, if you have a focused approach, it lets you not to deviate from your track. It lets you walk on the right path, number one. And also, if we look back and see in the Mahabharata also, it was only Arjun who was focused, and because of his focus, he could achieve whatever he aimed for. So with the efforts in the right direction and the right amount of focus, there is nothing that can stop you from achieving penultimate success in your careers. So my advice to the students will be that remain focused. There will be distractions, there will be difficulties in your path, and you might one day want to withdraw and come out of it and leave it, but no. Just stay there, keep up your spirits, and try to overcome those challenges and difficulties that are coming your way. Then only you can become a true warrior. Then only you can succeed in your aims and ambitions in life.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all
Truly
I
said.
want to say.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out time and coming here to interact with us. And we wish you good luck for life. And it was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. Same here. It is a pleasure talking to you. And thank you for this opportunity. Thanks a lot.